You are welcome to another Microsoft Windows tutorials, and in this video we are going to look at some common operations that can keep us going as a Windows users, and these operations are going to make our work very easy when we get access to our Windows system. Now, without any further ado, let's dive in and explore these operations. Now, in this File Explorer window opened, I have some items displayed here: employee status 2, employee status. I also have basic operations and also a PowerPoint file, and also I have this Photoshop document. Now, if you want to identify a content in these files or any of these files, then in the traditional way you have to open this file and get access to this content. But let's assume that you want to preview the content before opening the file, just to alert you that this is the right file you want to open at this particular time. Especially these two files that we have here. We have employee status given to this file. In this case, we might have the same content in this file, but there is a number that is differentiating these two files, which is the 2 that is added to the first file. Let's assume that you want to preview the content before you open the file. It is very easy done in the File Explorer window. So what you can do is to click on the file, then you hold the Alt key and the letter P. And when you do so, at the right pane of this File Explorer, you can see that I have this file opened, and I can navigate to see if this is the right file I want to open using this horizontal scroll bar. So this is the preview of this file. So now that this preview is activated, what you can do is to click on the next file, and that is also going to display its content. And you can see that these are the content in this workbook. So navigating through this, you can see that this is the right file that you want to open, and when you are comfortable or suitable with it, then you can go straight forward and open that particular file. When I click on this, this also displays this file to me, and now I know the content in this file. So this is a better way of previewing your content. So to get rid of this preview pane, you can hold the Alt key and the letter P. So switching between this keyboard shortcut displays the preview of your file, and also when you press it again, it closes the preview pane. We also have another pane called the details pane. When you hold the Alt key, the Shift key and the letter P, this gives you details about that particular file, where you are going to see the title, the authors, the size of the file, date modified, tags, categories. You have a lot of information that can be previewed, and this is being detailed to you based on the file that you select. So if I select this file, this also gives me the detailed information about this particular file. So to activate the detail preview pane, you hold the Alt key and the Shift key plus the letter P. And if you want to deactivate, you press the same keyboard shortcut. So Shift plus Alt plus P brings out the detail pane of this particular file, and when you press it, it deactivates. If you hold the Alt key and the P, this brings the preview of your content in a particular file, and when you press it, this takes this particular pane off. So this is the first operation I want to alert you on when it comes to viewing content before opening on your Windows interface. Now the next operation on our Windows interface is how to restore deleted files. Let's assume that you have deleted a file on your computer system which is very necessary or very vital to you, and you deleted it unintentionally and you want to restore. Let me show you how to do this. Open your recycle bin by double clicking, and then in this window, let me maximize this. I have these folders which are deleted and available in the recycle bin. If you want to restore a particular item, you can just select the item, right click, and in these options you choose restore. You can also select multiple items by clicking and dragging, and that is going to select the item. You can also hold Control key and select the item you want to restore, and that is also going to select. And when you right click, you can choose restore. Now in this case, let's assume we want to restore all these items at once. Then you move to the recycle bin tools, and then in this window we have restore all items, and when you click, you get this pop-up window. Are you sure you want to restore all the items from the recycle bin? And you have these two options. You choose yes to restore, you choose no to ignore this option. So I'm going to choose yes. And back to my desktop, I have these items restored perfectly on my Windows interface. This moves us to the next operation we can explore on our Windows interface. This is to create a folder and a subfolder. So if you want to create a folder on your desktop, you hold the control key, the shift key plus the letter N, and this creates a folder, and you can give a name to this particular folder. Then you hit the enter key. So we have our parental folder, and let's assume we want to create a subfolder in this particular folder. Once this folder is created, it is already selected. So you are going to press the enter key, and this opens the window of this particular folder. And when you move to the title bar, we have the name there, which is the main folder. We gave it to our parental folder, and in this window you can create subfolders, and I'm going to show you different ways to create subfolders in this window. The first option is to use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl Shift N, and this creates your folder, and I can name it 1 and press the enter key. Another way to create a folder is to right click in this window, choose new, and then choose folder, and you can give a name to, and you can also move to the home tab, and in this ribbon we have the new command here, that is the new group, and we have new folder here. When you click, this also creates a folder. You can give a name and press the enter key. When you move above this menu bar, we have this quick access toolbar, and there is an icon here which is folder. When you click on it, this also creates a folder. You can give a name and press the enter key. So in this particular interface, we have been able to create 4 subfolders using different operations, and that depends on you or your preference. The one that is best used for you or suitable to you, you can explore that. Now let's move to our next operation, that is to have pin programs or pin applications onto our taskbar. When you move below this Windows interface, we have this bar here, and this bar is called the Windows taskbar. There are some apps that are on this taskbar. Some are pinned and some are opened. These apps are pinned apps just to make it an easy way to access these particular applications. That is why these apps are displayed here. Now let me show you how to pin apps onto this taskbar. To do this, you move to the start button, and then in this window you identify the app you want to pin to your taskbar. So let's assume that I want to pin this Photoshop to the taskbar. I'm going to right click, and then in this window we choose more, and we have the option pin to taskbar. Now back to our taskbar, you can see that this icon has been pinned, and when we want to use this special program, we can just have a click on it, and that is going to open the program on our Windows interface. If I want to pin this access program, I'm going to right click, choose more, and choose pin to taskbar, and that brings this app directly to the taskbar, and you can see that this particular app is available. So this is a best way to pin your most used program onto the taskbar for easy accessibility. Now let me show you a particular feature of this Windows interface, which is called a start screen, and that is being obtained whenever you press the Windows logo key on the keyboard or you click on the start button. So if I press the Windows logo key on the keyboard, this brings out the start menu, and this is the start screen of this Windows interface. And this feature helps you to get access to some apps or frequently used apps. That is, if let's assume that this access program, I want to have it in this interface, I can just right click, then choose pin to start, and this program is being displayed in the start screen. So this screen is called the start screen, and it is always activated whenever you click on the start button. It gives you the room to group most of your programs that you normally use. So now that I have this access here, I can also bring the Photoshop to the start screen, and then this program is also displayed in the start screen. You have the option to stretch up this particular start screen based on your preference. You can do so. If you want to stretch it up, you can use the edge. You can also use this edge and stretch, and that is going to base on your preference. The way you want to have this start screen displayed, you can adjust the edges to stretch it up or just to compress it. So if you want to compress, you just put it at the edge, click and compress. You can also stretch based on your preference. You can pin more apps to the start screen, so you can move through this menu and then get more apps. Let's assume I want to have this here. I can right click and choose pin to start, and I have this at the start screen, and this helps me to access these programs. So next time if I get to the start button and I want to open Photoshop, I just move straight to the Photoshop and have a once click on it. If I get to the start menu and I want to work with OneNote, I just click without going through all the applications here. And another way to modify your start screen is that you can group your items. So if I place my mouse pointer on this OneNote, I can click and drag it onto this app and release, and that is going to create a group. I can click on this, drag and release, and that is also going to create a group. Now you can see that I have these apps group as one group. I can click and drag to wherever position I want to have this, and when you move above these grouped icons, we have this given to it, that is name group. You can click and then give a name to this group, then you click as well, and that is going to give a name to this group. So in the start screen, you can organize your most used applications and group them based on your preference. I have grouped these 3 programs and give it a name, my apps. So anytime I get contact with my start menu and then get access to my start screen, I can move to this group, click, and that is going to reveal all my apps. And then if I want to work with any of this app, I just have a click on it, and that is going to open on my desktop. So these are some of the common operations I want to share with you in this particular video, and let's put this into practice. This is going to make our work very easier and make us productive as Windows users.